So I'm from Connecticut, and I was in accounting. Always wanted to be out here for the mountains, and finally got the opportunity, sent my resume out, and got a job out here. Ended up working at this firm, and I could just remember seeing this amazing looking girl, and ended up being my wife, and we got married August 2013. We'll be 3 years in August, and it's just been a blessing ever since.
We got married, and although it wasn't just like an immediate boom, let's have kids, I remember having a conversation with Rob in November, just a few months after we got married, and saying, babe, I think I'm ready to have kids. And when he said, I think I am too, I almost fell over backwards because I was a little bit shocked too that he was just as ready as I was. And so it was a few months after we got married that we both knew that we're ready for this. We want to have babies, lots of babies. As soon as we were both on the same page and it was something that we both wanted, the pursuit to have babies began for us.
We always joke around because you go to sex ed in high school and it's like, oh my gosh, it could just happen looking at someone. So we thought for sure it would come just as easy as we thought, but yeah, we had a lot of discouragement along the way, and it was tough for me because I didn't know if it was my problem or and then she was wanting it so much, and the test not proving positive was just took a real toll on our marriage and our relationship, and it kind of just took the fun out of what we strived or what we thought wanting the baby would be.
Yeah, I think just like your wedding day, I think that every woman has it already pre-planned on this plan. And when it doesn't happen, as a woman, you feel completely defeated, knowing that my husband wants a baby and feeling like I can't give this to him was the most devastating thing. As soon as we started to try to have a baby, I just knew it was going to happen. Just like that, we were going to ask for it and we were going to pray for it, and God was going to grant that for us. And it just didn't happen. And just the faith, wavering faith, feeling detached from your marriage, there's just a lot of emotion that goes into that. And it was a long 18 months of this feeling trapped. Mother's Day was bittersweet. It was sweet because I have a wonderful mom that I wanted to celebrate for that day, but it was definitely bittersweet because that was the third Mother's Day that I've celebrated while being married and no baby. And I remember the baby dedication, and so much love was coming out of my heart as I watched all of these children being dedicated, and then just that swallowing moment of knowing that I'm not up there. And I knew instantly when they asked for prayer that I wanted to go up and I wanted to pray with Pastor Keith and Pastor Julie. I wanted to pray because of course I'll never turn down anybody's prayers, but that was such a freeing moment for me too, to be so transparent with the pain that I was feeling. Because you try so hard to keep it bottled up and to be strong for your spouse and to be completely vulnerable in that moment and just know being completely wiped free of this devastation that I was carrying around, and literally at that moment just handing it all over to God and saying, I have nothing else. It's all here, and take it. Please take it. And He's so good.
Yeah, I can remember that day just like it was yesterday, just the emotion and who was there, and I could just remember Pastor Keith and Julie just prayed over us, and I think your parents came up behind us too, and then after we went up to the stairs behind and just sat and just soaked in the emotion and just tears just running out and chills all over. And
so after Mother's Day, that's really when I had the tug on my heart. That's really when God told me, you were going to be a mother, just trust in me. I remember just not a few weeks after, just not really feeling very well, and for the very first time I just got car sick. And I just remember thinking, okay, you've had those moments where you think now's the time, And so I went and I took a test, and it was positive, and I just froze. Like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. This has never happened to me. So I took another one, and it was positive again, and it was just so wonderful. And then I kept it hidden for Rob for 24 hours before I told him.
That must have been hard.
It was very hard. Gosh.
During the time of discouragement and disappointment, it really, tests your faith, but it's a good thing because it makes it stronger.
And although we couldn't understand, we knew that he could, and we could just put everything out there. And I think that's why praying on Mother's Day was really like that final, like, here I am, everything, just take it. And he did. He took my mess and all those emotions and the disappointments and turned it into our beautiful Mason. Our beautiful Mason James.